obviously fancies him, as she did from the time she saw him, particularly knowing that he had a much more money than Harry. And she was very disappointed with how much he was worth.
From memory lane to the memories I'm making today. I've always known that Meghan Markle was a big fan of mood boards. After all, that's why she had her mood board imagining what life would be like as a princess in the British royal family. But now we have Meghan's mood board for as ever released to the world on Instagram. And what I find so fascinating is the fact that the way Meghan Markle looks at herself runs totally contrast to the way that actually she treats people in everyday life. But let me show you some of the highlights of this mood board. There's the emerald green tie-dyed paper star, which had Archie written on it in bold black ink, along with some swirls and doodles, apparently made by Archie himself. So yet again, the child is being pimped out to promote the Netflix show. Then we have the notes. We have the notes, and these notes are not only cringe, but they just are not at all like the real dictator duchess in high heels. But this is how Meghan thinks she is viewed, despite bullying staff to the point of mental breakdowns. You cannot make everybody happy. You are not a jar of Nutella. Well, yes, she hasn't made many people happy, I guess, lately. Not to spoil the ending for you, but everything is going to be okay. Happiness looks gorgeous on you. I love you with all my butt. I would say heart, but my butt is bigger. Certainly not lately for Meghan, given the amount of Ozempic she's on, but that's another story. Stay close to the people who make you feel like sunshine. Oh, goodness, this has to stop. This has to stop. I mean, Angela Levin, my royal mastermind, of course, Prince Harry's biographer. What makes me so annoyed about this is it's just not at all what Meghan is like. This idea that she's this ray of sunshine.
Yeah, I mean, she's phony. We know she's phony anyway. And these little bits on her wall are sort of mean nothing. They're just silly things that make her happy. But, you know, why has she got a peacock there? It's not a very good picture. Does she feel that she's a mother peacock, and unlike a male one, she's got loads and loads of feathers and organizes things? I don't know. She's got serviettes on there as well. Is that something she's taken from when she was in the palace? Because it looks as if it's been embroidered. I don't know. It's very odd. Her and her dog, that painting which you just showed with Harry, her, and dog. It's all fantasy, isn't it? It's actually, this is what would happen one day. And of course, it doesn't, because she's not that type of person. But she has got the dog because she's in charge of everything, really. It just goes on and on. You cannot make everybody happy. Harry, it looks gorgeous on you. I don't know what that was, but that's also there. I think that people feel like Sunshine is very funny, because actually she's quite a spiteful woman, and she actually makes people tries to make people do exactly what she wants. So to sort of be very friendly with people who make you feel like sunshine, I don't know if she finds any, really, because she drops people, she argues with people, she has to be in charge, she can't bear to have anybody sort of running something if she's not. I think she's a great bundle of anxiety, actually. And also her extraordinary thing of farm fresh eggs, carrots two ways, and sweet treats. This is done in beautiful writing, because she did learn how to be a great writer. It's up there, top left. Now, would anybody spend time to do that? I can't see that, but anyway, that's what she's done. But the whole thing is a mess, isn't it? But I don't think
it's a total mess. But Angela, guess what? It's also ripped off. So you know how she has not only stolen this as ever brand name from the New York clothing store. I revealed yesterday that there's also an As Ever photography company as well. Now, look at what they posted on their Instagram. A mood board, very similar looking mood board, and they said, since Meghan Markle and Netflix started using my biz name of 12 plus years, the least they could do is maybe hire me as a brand photographer. But of course she won't do that. It's the type of thing she should do, but she won't do it.
He'll take away some of what she's doing. So she wouldn't want that. She doesn't want to make a good life for anybody else. It's all about her, isn't it? I mean, I think she's just getting worse and worse. And you'd think that as she got older, she would behave better. But I think she's actually behaving worse. That's quite intolerable.
I know, and that's really saying something. But look, I wanted to come to the whole concept of the mood board and Meghan Markle, Angela, because this is very significant to me, and I'll explain why. Meghan Markle is a mood board woman. She has used mood boards throughout her life to try and predict and show where she wants to get to. And she previously, in her pre-Prince Harry life, even had a mood board speculating on how she could join the royal family. Now, it was Megyn Kelly who first revealed this on my old GB News show. I'll show that to you in just a moment. But remember, this is the first confirmation we've now had from Meghan that she is a mood board woman. So have a look at what Megyn Kelly told me, and I'll get you to react off the back. Oh, neither am I. Neither am I.
By the way, it's not for nothing, Dan, but I have it on very good authority now that she had a whole vision board of her life with the royal family and of the royal family themselves and Prince Harry when she was married to husband number one. Happened to have a good source on that. That's the woman, the global icon.
So she planned this all along. That's what it comes down to. Wow, fascinating insights. So look, Megyn Kelly there called it a vision board, Angela, but it's the same thing.
Yes, it's extraordinary, isn't it? I have to confess that I've never known anyone who's got one. And if I put things on the fridge, they're really just rubbish to remind me to do something. I don't look for a load of little sayings to help me on my way. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Perhaps she doesn't want to talk to anybody about it. This is what she feels inside, and this is her aim. So she takes bits of paper and the odd serviette and tries to imagine things. But it just looks such a big mess. I don't know how that can help you clearly think what you want to do. And in any case, what's the point of doing that? I can't imagine.
But Angela, there is some serious weirdness on this new mood board as well, which we have to discuss. So look at this from Meghan's mole, asking, why did Meghan Markle include a photo of herself kissing Prince William on her mediocre vision board? Oh, it's supposed to be Harry. But actually, when you do look at that picture of him with Catherine, it is very, very similar to the picture on the mood board. So certainly an odd one.
Yeah, well, she obviously fancies him, as she did from the time she saw him, particularly knowing that he had a much more money than Harry. She was very disappointed with how much he was worth. And she did. And that's why I think, partly at least, is why she dislikes Catherine and does her best to put her down, which is completely dreadful. But
I know, but Angela, how twisted is it though to include this little reference on a mood board, which she then posts for the world to see, including her husband? It's so weird.
How can she? This is something she's desperate about. She needs it. She's got lots and lots of needs. So this is a need she feels perhaps drawn sexually to him. And so she puts it up and she can see it and think, if only. It's just, she's a very odd woman. And I think what she's doing is unpleasant and ridiculous. But why does she want to show it now, all of a sudden? Is a different question. I don't think Harry would like that. but of course it doesn't matter anymore. And why does she do it now? It's an invasion of her privacy,
Well, of
which
course.
she's very happy to have.
Oh, of
I
course.
don't understand that.
But this mood board also actually, Angela, shows how much she has regressed. So also look at this from Meghan's mole. Nice to see Meghan Markle include old photos taken by Marcus Anderson on her Pinterest board from her defunct TIG website. Meghan left royalty to go back to being a half-assed influencer who doesn't influence a damn thing. And it is extraordinary, isn't it, that she would choose this photograph to go on that mood board, given everything that's come before. That's come since.
Yes, it's very odd. I mean, the TIG fascinates me because all it is a woman who's suggesting that you take a cup of tea or a plate or a whole load of silly things. And that was her satisfaction. So to complain, as she has done, about the royal family stopping her because you can't make money on being a royal. So she had to stop it just before she got married in 2018. Now, how can you compare being a member of the royal family, having lots of beautiful clothes, money to go and visit interesting people, but actually she moans and groans now that she doesn't like the fact that she was stopped using the TIG, and she's so pleased to use it now. I mean, can you imagine anybody else who would want such a thing? It's a nothing, isn't it? It seems completely daft to me, but perhaps she is really very isolated in herself, and she just wants to be in charge and to be responsible for something. And she messes up most things, so she likes to be in charge of what she's got. And the TIG.
I know, but now Angela, they're trying to brief to People magazine. Oh, the logo was intentionally designed as a tribute to Prince Harry. It's like, no, it wasn't. Just stop this madness. But first, we've partnered with Gundry MD to share this information with you. Would you believe me if I told you inside your pantry right now is one of the healthiest foods on the planet? Yep, that's true. It's not some weird trendy superfood. Don't worry about that. Spoiler alert, it's olive oil. Now, you're probably used to cooking with it, but there are countless ways to use olive oil to help yourself look and feel younger. For example, olive oil is a natural way to help you achieve a more youthful appearance. Besides helping you look younger on the outside, it's a fantastic tool for your insides as well. According to Dr. Stephen Gundry, a famous cardiothoracic surgeon, nutrition expert, and health advocate, you should get as much high-quality olive oil into your daily routine as possible, whether it's taking a shot of it daily or keeping a bottle of it in your bathroom medicine cabinet. But what kind of olive oil is best for your health? Well, any olive oil can give you some benefits. But if you're looking to get the best results, it matters a lot which one you pick. The olive oil industry is huge, right? You know that. You can tell just by the number of olive oil brands you see at the grocery store every day. But you can bet they're not all made with the consumers in mind. And many brands, I hate to tell you, have even cut corners one way or another to increase profits. So when Dr. Gundry came to this realization, he was appalled. But some olive oils are so powerful, it may only take a few tablespoons a week to see these incredible health benefits. So how can you tell between an olive oil that can be a health booster and which one isn't up to par? Well, in an effort to answer that question, Dr. Gundry has decided to take a stand and release his personal research and findings. This video has gone viral since its release, and it's important you see it so you can start benefiting immediately. You can watch the video right now by going to getolive1.com/outspoken or by clicking the link in the description box below. Let me just repeat that, getolive1.com/outspoken, or just click on the link in the description box below. People who have taken his advice have shared their results with him, saying the olive oil they bought after learning his simple rules have helped change their lives. So make sure you go to getolive1.com/outspoken or click on the link in the description box below this video. But now, back to the show.
Well, that's disgusting, actually, to pinch something from a little place in Spain and presumably know very well that they can't afford to take you to court for anything like that. I mean, she's a copy person, isn't she? She's not someone who creates things. She sees something and thinks it's great, whether someone else's clothes, whether someone else's anything, and she wants to take it and make it her own. But that's not, Harry couldn't care less about something like that. I don't think he's very interested in what the shape is and what the design is. And in any case, it's nothing to do with him, is it? It's her that's going to use that, not Harry. He's not part of it at all.
I know. It's just quite extraordinary, the whole thing, though, that he is now just a little pawn in her weird mood board game with the old sultry pictures of Meghan from the Tig and the picture of her looking like she's kissing Prince William. Weird. The problem for Harry, though, in America just gets worse, Angela, because it looks like some of these court documents are going to be released. I'll come to that in just a moment. But first, Nigel Farage just openly mocking Prince Harry on stage in Washington, D.C. at the CPAC conference. And Harry, Angela, is actually booed by the American audience. Watch this.
And we very often follow you. American trends we tend to follow. You occasionally follow some of our trends. I mean, you gave us woke. And we gave you Prince Harry. No, you keep him.
Angela, goodness. I mean, I thought Nigel was hilarious.
I think that's not very adult, and I think that it's completely unnecessary. I think he can talk about him in a straightforward way, but if you try and get everybody booing, a great load of adults booing about somebody, whatever they've done, I don't think that that's good behaviour. Sorry.
That's why you're a lovely woman, Angela. You're much nicer than me. Because I just was sitting there thinking, I love it. But look, I guess it was an easy applause line for Farage.
Yes, I mean, I'm not particularly nice. I can be completely difficult. But I just don't think that a man like him, who's got a lot of our respect and is doing very well and cares very much about us, should actually try and get loads of people. Let's see, Douglas Trump's fan conference. I don't think he should have missed that. I don't like that at all, really. He's so dignified in some things. We need him so much. He's coming out ideas. He works very hard. So don't behave like a street urchin.
Don't behave like a street urchin, Nigel. That's you told by Angela. But the real news out of the States in the past few hours, Angela, is that there has now been a shock decision made on Prince Harry's secret US visa records that could reveal if he lied about his drug use. And I'd say this is sort of like a split decision. So let me just take you through what has been revealed. This has actually been revealed exclusively by the Mail. And the Mail reports some of Prince Harry's visa documents will be made public after the Department of Homeland Security agreed to release them. Lawyers for DHS said that 3 items can be unsealed with redactions, giving the biggest insight yet into whether the Duke of Sussex lied on his immigration forms about his drug use. However, none of a 4th document can be made public without releasing information a judge has ruled should stay private. The latest twist in the case comes days after Donald Trump called himself king in a portrait posted on Truth Social showing the president donning a royal crown. Trump has previously said he wouldn't deport Prince Harry, but that he was only giving the Duke a break because he's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible, Trump said. Now, Angela, my take on this, and I'm pretty sure Niall Gardner and the Heritage Foundation's take will be, why is the 4th document staying sealed? Why?
I completely agree with you about that. And I'm sure now will make a very big effort, as he has done for years now, to get that out of the judge's hands. I don't have any feeling that we need to be careful with Harry, because whatever he's done, we're entitled to see. And if he's made a big fool of himself, then that's too bad. It's very different from what we've just been talking about. And I think that you can't do that, because if you're doing it in case somebody's told lies or they've told drugs, you can't say you can see page 1, 2, 3, but you can't see page 4, because all the interesting stuff, all the real stuff, all the things that then say exactly what's going on have to be shown. You can't just take a sentence here or a page there. You have to have it properly read. And I think that has to be done. And I think if Niall goes on and on and on and on as he is doing it, people will get more and more angry. I just wonder what Meghan would feel like if he did have to leave, because she seems to me to have everything more sorted, ready for her, and she could get another assistant. That's a sort of
She ain't going anywhere. That's the point, isn't it,
Yeah.
Angela? Like, she's not leaving. So,
No,
like, there's a lot
that's-
riding on this for young Harry.
Yeah, I think there is, but that's his fault. Whatever he said, that's his fault. And what Biden has done is actually could make his life worse. So we just have to wait and see. But to have 3 documents ready and not the 4th, as likely is the same as having nothing.
Of course, because the 3 might, I totally agree. The 3 might come up totally fine, but it could be the 4th where it proved that he lied. So why aren't we seeing them all? I've got big issues with that. Big issues with that.
Oh,
Angela,
just
the
keep on
PR.
going on and on. Yes, go on.
No, it is. It is. Well, I was just going to move on to say the PR spin regarding Meghan's TV series on Netflix with Love Meghan is now like reaching new heights. So we have one of her only Hollywood friends who's sort of very much stood by her, Mindy Kaling, the star of The Office, talking about with Love Meghan. But I just wanted to take you through it because I found the tips completely insane, right? So the interviewer, this is from Time Magazine, asked Mindy Kaling, did you pick up any hosting tips? And Mindy Kaling replies saying, spoiler alert, I did. The theme was throwing a party for children. I love cooking, but I'm really not good at entertaining. I don't know anything about how you're not supposed to use overhead lighting when people come over. You're supposed to use little lamps. But Meghan just knows how to do that stuff. So are we seriously believing that the tips in this show, Angela, are going to be for people who are already really struggling at the moment? Times are tough. We know that. To get rid of their overhead lighting and buy lamps for a children's birthday party. And then I think Mindy Kaling was actually just taking the mickey out of us because she added, I think a misconception about Meghan is that she's in any way fussy or has expectations of fanciness. She really is a down-to-earth person who knows a lot of fun tricks to make entertaining and cooking more easy. Wow.
Well, I can say very easily, I have 4 sons and we had loads of birthday parties, and their friends had loads of birthday parties, and I don't think anyone has changed the lighting. It's just absolute nonsense. I mean, if the weather's nice, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You could go running in the park and chasing, and that's just as nice. Or you can get, not very expensive, an older brother or sister who will get paid for doing some tricks and to play games with a younger one, because they enjoy that hugely. Or you can, if you've got the money, get someone who's a qualified person to entertain children. But anything about lighting and actually exactly what sort of food they should have. They're not interested in food. They don't want to eat nice egg sandwiches. They want chocolates and they want biscuits and cake. And you either do it or you don't. But it's not a big deal, really. They're usually very happy that it's their birthday and jumping about. And you don't have to be grand. I mean, the changing lighting is just hysterical.
But also, it's like no one is going to want to hear this stuff from someone who's privileged like Meghan Markle, because, like, you know how it works with Meghan Markle. She says to her poor hapless assistant, "Go and get me some lamps from Soho House and get Soho House to install them now, you horrible woman." That's how she does it, you know, and we don't all have some bullied assistant to do that too.
No, that's right.
So
I think
it's
she was
a
in
joke.
a real state. It is a joke. The whole thing is a joke. And I think her poor friend Mindy has made a big mistake to make a fool of herself and say she's down to earth. She knows lots of fun tricks and makes entertaining and cooking easier. Oh, really? I don't believe that for a moment. There's books you can come up with, games and everything. It's very easy. You just have to have energy. That's about it. Run around with them.
Totally. Very, very good point.
Thank you so much for watching Dan Wootton Outspoken. Please click on my face just to the bottom left to subscribe to this brand new independent news source and turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted to our brand new live shows, uncancelled interviews, and special royal episodes. Outspoken is also now available as a podcast, so you can listen to the show every weekday on the go, wherever you are.